My name is Paige Sevits, and I will be talking about evolution and social Darwinism. How did humans come to be? Did we all start out the same and evolve over time, or has social Darwinism and evolution played a part in how we are living today? According to the BBC, our species of humans arose about 300,000 years ago. This means that since our universe came to be about 14 billion years ago, we as humans have only been the way we are for the last 300,000 years. I will introduce social Darwinism and its definition, and I will also introduce the definition of evolution. I will be explaining the theory of evolution as well as social Darwinism throughout this speech. I hope to make sure that you have a full understanding of social Darwinism and evolution. I will show you why these theories are important to us today. To start off, I will provide you with some background information on Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin was a biologist, naturalist, and geologist from the UK. He was born on February 12, 1809, in Shrewsbury, England. He first became interested in science as a young boy, like many other famous scientists. Even though his father encouraged him to become a doctor, he decided to study biology instead at the University of Cambridge. Nearly 30 years after finishing school in 1859, Darwin introduced the theory of evolution. He studied birds, fossils, and plants and started to realize that the species we are familiar with today have all evolved from common ancestors. He died on April 19, 1882, after introducing many other scientific discoveries to the world. Now I will explain social Darwinism. According to Britannica, social Darwinism is the theory that human groups and races are subject to the same laws of natural selection as Charles Darwin perceived in plants and animals in nature. Social Darwinism is different from Darwinism or evolution because it is believed that the species that is the strongest and has the most potential for survival will survive. This is also known as survival of the fittest. If, for example, we take a food chain, all of the organisms in that food chain work together in harmony to keep it going. But if we remove one organism from that food chain, it throws the entire process off. Some organisms will grow dramatically and others will dwindle down to tiny numbers and maybe even die out completely. This is a similar concept to social Darwinism. Some people have also used social Darwinism as a way to justify their particular view on social, political, or economic issues. An example of this would be in Nazi Germany when Hitler targeted certain groups of people that he deemed inferior and he exterminated them so that he would have all of the power. Now I will explain evolution. According to the Stanford Encyclopedia, evolution refers to the changes in proportions of biological types in a population over time. This is also known as Darwinism. An example of a biological evolution would be the deer mouse. The habitat of deer mice used to be in the forest, so they were dark colored. Now, deer mice are lightly colored because their habitat has changed to become the desert. Their color has evolved over thousands of years to help them match their surroundings. An example of evolution in humans would be how some people are born with less than 4 wisdom teeth. According to Insider, the switch to soft grains and starches required less strenuous chewing than our past hunter-gatherer diet. This means that our jaw muscles didn't grow as strong as they used to, keeping the wisdom teeth beneath the gums. Since then, a mutation came about that prevented wisdom teeth from growing at all. I, for example, was only born with 3 wisdom teeth, so when I went to get them removed, it was way less painful than if I had had 4 wisdom teeth. Now I will explain why learning about and studying evolution and social Darwinism is important. It is important because it allows scientists the ability to choose the correct organisms to study when researching new diseases. Having the knowledge of evolution and social Darwinism has helped us to identify new drugs to use for cancer and HIV. In order to stay one step ahead of these fast-growing and deadly diseases, scientists must first understand what is causing them and how to slow or stop these diseases from spreading any further. I will explain how social Darwinism and evolution are different. Evolution, or social Darwinism, is the term that describes a change in a species over time. Social Darwinism is known as survival of the fittest because it is assumed that whatever species is the strongest is the species that will survive. Although these theories are similar, they are not the same. In simpler terms, one theory states that a species will change over time through nature or natural selection. The other theory says that when comparing two similar species to each other, one species will survive and grow, and the other species will shrink down and eventually die out. Although we can see that evolution is real and does exist, it is still important to point out the theory of social Darwinism because it is showing evolution from a different perspective. In conclusion, I hope that you now understand the difference between social Darwinism and Darwinism. They are two very different theories or ideas. Although these theories are different, they both stem from the same man and his knowledge and research about evolution. I hope you now realize how evolution and social Darwinism is affecting not only the human race, but also thousands of plants and animals as well. We are who we are today because of evolution and social Darwinism.